Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm just going to go over the items I picked up in the Timonium Train Show in October 2025. And basically, this time I went with a lot of freight cars, and something that's really a little bit on the odd side for me. But anyway, we'll go over that. So these are the things that I picked up. No high end items, but some good prices and some rare things that I was looking for to complete a set, or something that looked good, and I decided to get it myself. So let's just go over some of this stuff here, and we'll start with this right here, which is happens to be a flag car. I've been collecting these, as slowly. And this one is Great Britain. And this one seems to, it's been ran. I can see the marks on the wheels, but everything seems to be there. I mean, obviously, I inspected these before I bought them, and all the steps are there and the hand railings, and it's a really nice looking car. And this is like a separate version that I've noticed. The stamping is a little bit different, I think. Some of these cars come in a white clear Markland box, and some of these come in like that. But in any case, Great Britain is one I did not have, so I managed to pick that one up. And I think I have pretty much all. The only one I'm missing is the Soviet Union. I've seen that one time on eBay, and they wanted almost $100 for that. I guess mainly because of the fighting that's going on in Ukraine. I think that has something to do with it. And I picked this one up, which is Canada. So that's Canada. And I think this is the one of the resorts out there. I think in Alberta, I believe. But again, this one doesn't look like it's been ran at all. So I picked this up from a separate person. So I think, I picked this one up from a separate person. So this one was not even used. But nice detail, nice representation here. I kind of like that. So this was a car I did not have. And I think this pretty much completes, like I said, I'm just missing Russia, or I should say the Soviet Union. So I don't know if Markland ever made both. So I know they made the Soviet Union. I've seen it, very expensive, but I don't know if they made the Russian Federation. So that's the only one I'm really keeping an eye on. While we're at it, let's take a look at Markland some more. I picked this one up for also $20. This is just a standard rounded roof DB era 5 boxcar. So I don't have anything like that with DB on it. So a car like this, and I managed to get this one along with another one on the deal. So we'll look at the one that was included in the deal. So I got this for $20, and we'll just go down to the other car that I got in the deal, which was, this one was originally $25, but they said he let me have it for, oops, there goes my light. Excuse me for that. There you go, that's a little better anyway. Gave me this little set for $20 instead of $25. So I got both cars for like $40. And this is brand new, it's never been used. This is the instructions. So this is like a hay wagon, or a flat, it's a low-sided car with a cargo of hay that's covered in tarp, which is this right here. I saw that and I said, you know, I don't have anything like that, so I decided to get it. And here's the car itself. Obviously has not been used. This is brand new. The only thing is that I wish kind of Markland would have put like I guess a bevel or something like that to make this fit better, because for sure I'm going to have to use the parts to make this work. So that's the stakes. So I got to put the stakes in, and then this will stay. So there's kind of some work involved in that. This here is the loading gauge that came with it, the check height and width of the car. So this is brand new, has never been opened. Honestly, I'm probably not going to open it. If I ever decide to resell the car, well, that's what I'll do. And I don't know. I may not. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. One thing is for sure, you do want to use this when you're storing this, because these things just happen to flake a little bit. Yeah, but that's all right. So, and here's the instructions for the measurements. So it's a little bit involved in it, but it's there. Not bad for $20, so you get all that. One of these days, I gotta get a overhead lamp installed. Okay, next thing, let's go with let's finish off with the Markland. I bought this from the same guy. Came back and I saw this again. Another thing I don't have is this flat car, Era 1. I would imagine Era 1 flat car with an antique, nice truck in there. And let's take a look at it. When I first inspected it, it is brand new, that's for sure. The only thing is the steering wheel kind of fell off on it. I found it, so I have to, at one point, I'll just glue it back on. But these little Markland trucks, if you find them, grab them, and they're well made. You know, this I could take off, and there's a little steering wheel right there. I have it right here, so I'll just keep it in there until I decide to glue it back on. So I'm not going to reject it for that. But you get these, you find out, oh, look at that. This even has a chain drive right here. So if you see that right there, it even has a reproduction chain drive on both sides. It's right here. Just bring it up. It's right about here. So this is a chain-driven rear axle job. So really nice, actually. But like I said, if you find these loose, grab them. You know, and I think Markland made a set of these. I think there's three of them in a set. And these are made by Markland. They're not made by Viking or anybody else. And this one has a spark plug on it, so this could be like it has a modern spark plug on it. So this looks like supposedly a restored older truck, and it's normally used in can be used in shows and stuff. So, but the car is DR, so I may have to do a little research. I don't know how accurate I am with that, but a very nice piece. And for $20, I just couldn't. I said, that is really cool. So, I'll put this back on. That off to the side here. And now let's go on to Ibertren. Ibertren is a Spanish manufacturer in Spain. And, you know, I have a fond thing for Iberian trains from Portugal and Spain. So on the Iberian Peninsula. And this happens to be a Red Cross car. and this person wanted like $20 a piece, $25 a piece. I said no way. First of all, nobody really goes into that to this line. I do because I have a lot of rolling stock from Electrotrain and some other Roco, and I do have a number of Ibertrain as well. But these definitely haven't been ran. They come with the DC wheel set, so I'm probably going to change out the wheel set. This one's kind of wobbly like the Tunerville trolley, so I'm going to do something about it. But this is made in Spain. This is not from China or anything like that, but this is beautiful. It's like I have the Electrotrain ambulance car, and it's make a nice compliment. So. But Ibertrain's very nice stuff. I really like their. I have a number of examples of them, so I saw that. But anyway, the gentleman said, okay, you can have both of them for $30. And I said, okay, I'll take it. Oops, I just dropped that. Let me go pick that up, and then I'll put that with the... And of course, the packing on all these are very good. This one's a little bit more finicky than others, but it does do the job. And yeah, it's definitely came from over there. There's the original. I know 596. I don't remember what the currency was in Spain at the time, I guess. Let's put this off to the side. And here's another one. This is a beer car. Same type of, I'm not going to take this one out, but this one is the same type, but except this is a beer car, so I got that one as well. I'm going to go ahead and replace the wheel sets and make them compatible for Markland. Here's something really nice. I have a friend of mine that had a table there, and he was selling like one Markland piece, which he normally does, and but this time he sold a lot of American stuff. And I normally don't go into this, but I have collected some HO buses, especially ones that I've traveled on. But this is from Rapido Trains, a Canadian company that's very, very, it's a high-end line company. And when they come to especially when it comes to their model railroading and HO scale, I've seen videos, they're very detailed. I've seen them in real life. And, they're not cheap by any means. This bus was original $40. You let me have it for $30. And, this is DC Transit. And I just love the paint job and the coloring of this. And actually, before, when they used to have trams and streetcars in Washington, D.C., especially the PCCs, and I've been on it, they have one in the museum that you can ride outside of, it's in Olney, I think it's like the Capitol Trolley Museum, and they have a PCC that you can ride if they have it out in this type of color. It's just fabulous. And, so I decided, little fishbowl GMC inner city bus. Not inner city, city bus. And I liked it. And by the way, these type of buses, they were all over the United States and also in Canada. And I've been on them in many places, and got me to where I needed to go. I think the last one I've been on might have been with, I've got to say, maybe the last one was in Vancouver. Not Vancouver, in Victoria Island in British Columbia. They had these buses that when I was on a cruise that took you off the ship and sent you on, shuttled you out to the place where you pick up your tour. That was the last time I've been on a bus like that. But if anybody wants to know, the word rapido came from, and most of you may know it, but the word rapido is not what you think, even though in Spanish it means, rapid, rapido means fast, but this mainly came, the word, from the famous rapido trains that went between Toronto and Montreal. So they were like a daily intercity train, I guess maybe you might say compatible or comparable to our Metroliner in that corridor. It was a very good train. It was on time. It was ran by Canadian National at the time, and it was quite reliable. So, like I said, what am I going to do with it? I'll probably just display it, or if I really want to have a little fun, I can have one of my European trains and have a flat car. I do have some flat cars definitely can handle this. Or I do have some American HO scale trains that are 3-rail that I can put this on a flat car and then run it around. So that's that. So this is what I basically got, and pretty happy with the results. And that's about it. The next show I'll be attending again is going to be the Amherst Rail Model Train Fair in Springfield, Massachusetts, and that'll be in towards the end of January. So that'll be the next show. Till then, I will be making also a video on Markland Treff and what I scored there, and that'll be coming out to you shortly. Until then, we'll say bye for now, and many, many happy hours with your model railroading. Okay, good night.